Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. This month is October. It's the spooky month, the witches hour, or whatever the hell that is. Shit. So that is the theme. Halloween is the theme of this month of podcasts and movies that we've chosen. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hello.
And on this episode, we are going to be reviewing the movie Hocus Pocus 2. And we did Hocus Pocus 1 last year. That was super fun.
It was.
Vetta, before we get started on this review, we have to ask the most important question. And what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a Hocus Pocus Fizzy.
That looks delicious. I wish I would have made that instead of what I made. But what is in a Hocus Pocus Fizzy, you little hooker?
So it's a little bit of cranberry juice, a little bit of orange juice, rum, simple syrup, and then a splash of champagne.
That sounds delicious, and I
really,
hate you. I hate you for making it because I
fancy,
wish I would have made it.
And I put the sugar rim that it said, but it's pink and it's supposed to be orange. And I was like, I don't have orange sprinkles yet, so
that's fine. Oh,
it got pink. But
oh no,
I don't
it's
think
pink.
if I wouldn't have pointed it out, I'm not sure you can really.
You can't tell from the visual, but it looks delicious. It looks like candy. Does it taste like candy?
It does taste like candy.
Okay, so I am drinking a witch's brew mulled wine because I'm a wine guy. But I was like, oh, I should do witch's brew. And let me just tell you right now, I made my own witch's brew, Vetta. This is the last fucking time I'll do that. I'll tell you that right now. This was so hard to make. It's a bottle of wine, and then I had to get apple cider. I had to cut up an orange, and the one thing that I had to do, there's pomegranate juice in this shit, and I was like, this is too much. I could have just there's a label called Witch's Brew. I should have just bought that, which I will do next time. But okay, so when you go to the store, you know how you buy ginger. So I bought a big thing of ginger, and it looks like a little voodoo doll and everything. And you only need a teaspoon of it. And I'm all like, I've got this big voodoo doll looking thing of a vegetable that nobody's ever going to eat. And I'm like, I don't need all of this. So it's just sitting in my fridge now. I'm probably going to throw it out, which is such a waste. And I'm all like, this was so much work and all I did was I just repurposed it back into the bottle of wine that I poured it out of, because you use a bottle of wine. I use red wine, which was sweeter than I would have preferred, but whatever.
I just love that you bought the big giant ginger, because I always buy frozen ginger because I don't use it that often. So I buy and it's already peeled and everything.
I didn't know that existed. I peeled so much ginger too, and I was like, oh, I only need a teaspoon. Like, it was like a cup, and I was all like, this is some nonsense. But never again.
Well, now you got to look up recipes that require ginger.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to throw it out. I'm not even kind of interested in that nonsense. Okay. So now let's get started on this review, Vetta. Now that we got all that, real quick, did you by any chance watch Hocus Pocus to prepare for this movie?
Sure did.
Me too.
I even had Halloween snacks.
Oh yeah. I was loving it. I was singing along with the song and everything, and I was so happy. Okay, so you and we reacted to the trailer to this. You guys can check that out on YouTube. And I don't know about you, but from the trailer, I loved it. I thought the trailer was great.
Oh yeah, I was super excited from the trailer. I couldn't wait. Like, I made it a whole viewing thing. Like I said, I got the Halloween popcorn that had the chocolate drizzled over it.
Oh, right on, nice.
I got flaming hot Cheetos, because I feel like that's something you should have. And then I got
they were on fire.
Dip chocolate dip pretzels, and got a whole little theme of all the Halloween treats and stuff. And then so I was all set. I mean,
no, that makes perfect sense to me. All right, so now after watching this movie, what did you think about it overall?
Overall, it was okay.
Oh, see, I did not like this movie.
I was not. No, that's why I say with a sigh, it's okay.
Yeah, I
I
have
just
so many issues
I
with
had
this
it up
movie.
on this amazing pedestal. I was so excited, and
Right?
then my hopes and dreams were crushed.
Right. I'm me and you are in the same boat, sister. Sister. Okay, so let's start off. So it starts off in what was it like 19 something or 16 something or
Yeah,
whatever.
like
19 something.
1692. Yeah,
I was
90s.
gonna say I was gonna say 1963, like it was like what 30 years ago. Calm down. Anyway,
Yeah.
so but okay, so the girls are all young, right? I just have to say, Winifred Sanderson as a little girl or a kid of 16, what a bitch, am I right?
Oh
Like
my God.
she's just like,
Yes.
and I love how everybody's all like, how dareth thee? It's so weird when thus doth talketh like this. And I'm like, oh fuck you.
I
um
thought Winifred as a teenager just needed to be bitch slapped.
right, yeah. So I was all like, I didn't like her because she's like, and she wanted me to marry so and so, and I'm like, honey, you should take what you can get because you are nothing to
My
brag
favorite
about.
was the boy's reaction when she was like, I will
Yeah.
not. And he was like, oh,
Oh,
thank
thank
God.
God, thank God.
Thank God.
I was in the same boat because I was
Yeah.
like, listen, honey, like I don't know the little girl that played her, but I was like, she was fine. But I was just like, I was all like, I mean, you're nothing to write home about. I mean, maybe you're a good lay. I don't know. But okay. So then they get like banished and everything. Oh, no. Hold
Just
on.
Winifred.
Okay, so Winifred gets a spider for her birthday. By the way, bad birthday gift. I just want to say that right now. But Jello is a good snack. I love Jello. But when the preacher man, I don't know, remember his name, when the spider is on him and he's all like, "Ah," and then he banishes her and everything, I'm like, this is the perfect reaction to a spider. I feel like that is the proper reaction to a spider is to scream and yell and then banish the
I
person.
disagree. I am not afraid of spiders. I actually think spiders are great because they eat mosquitoes, which
Right
keeps them
on.
away from me. So I don't get upset about spiders.
Oh, well, later on when he's all like oh no, I'll talk about that in a minute when we get to it. But so she gets banished and her sisters go with her, whatnot, because
They run off to
reasons.
the forbidden
The
forest.
Forbidden Forest, which I'm all like, is it? I'm like, because of this hot blonde woman, I'd go into that forest and everything.
Because she'll eat the children.
Yeah, well, okay, so this bird woman, witch lady,
Yep.
mother, whatever the
Mother.
hell,
Yep.
yeah, which I was kind of bummed that that's mother.
I was too. I was like, what? I was hoping that they were like raised in like a witch house and she had a cauldron in
Mm,
the living
right.
room and everything. Oh.
Yeah, I personally was just all like, oh, but then that bird woman shows, I was like, hello, mother. Can we say MILF, or whatever? A WILF, a witch I'd like to. And so she can suck the life out of me any day, if you get what I'm saying. All 4 million children. Okay, so um, okay, so then they go back after they get the book and that whole situation, which I'm all like, whatever. Did you have anything you wanted to say about that mother witch lady?
No, it was definitely interesting. I was like you, I was a little confused by it, but I went along. I was like, okay, this is the ride we're going on. Let's go.
Right. And then I love how they go back to the little town and then they set fire to that preacher man's house, the reverend.
Yes.
And I love how he's all like, he goes, fire, this is Satan's work. And I'm all like, or maybe your house just caught on. I mean, it was a witch's work, but I'm all like, or maybe your house just caught on fire. Everything is not Satan's work, my dude. Okay.
But at the time of the Salem witch trials and all that, everything was the devil's work.
Right on. And my another question I have is, where did that bird woman go? Like, where did she go? Like, is she dead now, or is she still alive because she kept sucking the life out of children?
Well,
You
it
know?
does. I
Yeah,
don't
you don't
know.
know. Yeah,
I
you don't
don't.
know. No
But
one
at the
knows.
end, don't you see the bird flying at the end?
Did you though?
I
Was
thought
it
I
the
did.
bird? And
I
is she
thought I
gonna talk to? We'll talk about the angry lesbian girl. in just a second. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's just talk about it now. Okay, let's get into it. Or unless you had something to say about 16 whatever 43, whatever it was.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Gotcha. Okay. So the angry lesbian teenager girl, I don't remember her name. What was the name of the main girl? What was her name? Abby? Abby? I don't remember. Hold
Oh
on.
my God, I forgot.
Yeah,
I
you forgot it of all people.
I
Of
know.
all
Well, I've
people.
had some
Becca.
beverages.
Becca.
Back.
Okay,
Sure.
so
I've
yeah,
had
I'm gonna
beverages.
call her Becky. Anyway, so Becky, yeah, listen, I don't mean to be mean, but she's total lesbian over her friend Kathy. I don't fucking remember. Okay, because Kathy has a boyfriend. And of course the boyfriend has to be dumb because he's a cis white male. I'm all like,
Who plays
what?
football? He's
Yeah,
the
and I'm all
village
like,
idiot.
yeah, and he's like, "What's that? Your little witch's stone?" And she's like, "It's a magic lock charm because we're gonna have a pop quiz." And he's like, "Well, I hope not because I didn't read the material, bro." And I'm like, "What is going on here?" Like, you know who wrote this? An asshole who's never been a teenager. That's who.
He was it was definitely he wins the overacting award for sure.
Right on. Okay, so I don't know about you, but the Sanderson sisters, they don't show up till minute 27.
Yep.
The adult versions, the ones we
Yeah, the
wanted.
adult versions.
Um, and um, before that, I didn't like this movie like at all. There was nothing about this movie that I liked until they showed up.
I was definitely
Did you get the lesbian vibe?
no.
No, you didn't get it that she was all upset because she's all like, "Hey, this used to be a girl that we made out a little bit. We experimented by going down on each other, and then she got a boyfriend, so she likes the hot D now." You didn't get any of that.
I did not. I
What?
I got that they were like the normal like kids who grew up together and they had their traditions and then they went to high school and they were bitter that their friend was separated from the group and made new friends and got a
Gotcha.
boyfriend and kind of seems semi popular.
Right on. Okay.
I thought I got more of a pissed off jealousy vibe than a
Gotcha. Well, let's
lesbian
be honest. I got the lesbian vibe, okay? Because she
because
was very
you
butch the
got a
whole
lot of
movie.
experience with those vibes.
I mean, I mean, being a lesbian, yes, I have gotten a lot of those vibes. Okay.
Does our mother
So,
know?
wait, what'd you say?
I said, does our mother know?
Okay, so the mayor in this movie,
Yeah.
I like the actor, but the mayor himself, the character was a boob. I did not like him. He was kind of annoying because he was all like, "What was with that candy apple fetish? What's going on there?"
I don't know. And I was really surprised when he was like, yeah, she went on some GMA and I don't know what that means. And now she's so hard to get. And I'm like, do these candy, are they made of gold? What is with these?
Oh, I expected you to come immediately when you bit into them. If not, there is
Because
no need
do
for all of
you
this.
at Halloween, do you partake in candied apples or carameled apples or
I'll eat. I mean, when you say partake, do you mean make them?
no, eat them?
Oh yeah, I'll eat them. They're delicious.
So
They suck to eat because the caramel all. You ever bitten into one and you don't bite into the apple? You just
no, I don't
scrape
like
off all the
caramel.
caramel.
I
Oh
don't
no.
like caramel.
Oh,
I like
that's my
candied
problem.
apples. I like so my favorite ones are the ones that are dipped in like the red candied outside, but those are
Oh
so hard to find. But I do love a good apple dipped in chocolate, rolled in some M&Ms or whatever.
yeah, I like to dip my apples into my wife's mouth. Anyways, so okay, so okay. Can we fast forward a little bit over
Yeah.
to Gilbert and the Sandersons house
Okay.
slash which by the way, Salem has become a very thriving town because you remember in the first movie when that house was like still off on the street by itself and there
Yep.
was like no, this one's got like houses by it and
Yeah,
other
it's
businesses and
definitely
stuff.
growing. It's
Yeah,
definitely growing.
yeah, it's huge. They've got a historical section of the town that's got that little shitty town where they all lived in, which I just want to say that little like makeshift town, the historical town, is not anywhere near the Sanderson house. And the Sanderson house was like dead center in the town of Salem back in the day.
I don't think the Sanderson house that they lived in as witches is the Sanderson house that they grew up in.
See,
I think that's their witch's house.
Oh, you're right. Stop being so making sense, you fucking asshole. Anyway,
Drink.
drink. Yeah, drink. You're making too much sense for this podcast. Not enough alcohol. Anyways, okay. So Gilbert, I want to say something real quick. I like this. I like Gilbert, but when Gilbert says that he didn't light the black flame candle because it wouldn't work because he's not a virgin. No one
He's
believes
lying.
you.
He
Yeah,
owns a magic
no
shop.
one is believing you, Gilbert. You work
No.
at a witch's like convenience store.
Yeah.
There's no way you're getting mad pussy. You're crushing the pussy, Gilbert. Please, come on. And,
Poor Gilbert.
okay. Yeah. And then oh, and I love when I wrote this line down because I love when he said it. He goes, you don't taunt the devil book. And I was like, that's right, Gilbert. You don't taunt the devil book. I'm gonna start using that from now on. Whenever anybody does anything, I'm like, you don't taunt the devil book. Okay, can I talk about the black flame candle?
Oh, the ugly remade black flame candle.
I was all like, this looks like a penis, Gilbert. What are you trying to say? This.
It looks like somebody molded a penis, but didn't get it hard.
Yeah, somebody that had never seen a penis before, or at least a hard one.
Right, that's what I mean. It looks like a flaccid
It
penis.
was I was all like, what's going on here? I was all like, I was like, did you not like put it? Because I've made candles before and they never looked like that. No. They looked, I mean, his looked friggin' awful.
Horrible.
Okay. All right. Can we talk about when the Sanderson sisters arrive? Or is there anything else you want to talk about? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, why does his black flame candle look, when they light it, do the whole birthday trick candle thing, and then after they blow it out, turn into the black flame?
That's an excellent question.
Because when Max lit the black flame candle, it was just a black flame candle. Maybe that's because it was the original and not a remake.
Maybe. But that is again, drink another one because you're making too much sense.
I know
with this because I didn't even think about that, and now that you've pointed out, I'm all like, you're right. It did look like a party favor at first, and then it turned into witchcraft. Okay, so when the Sanderson sisters show up, it goes fully black, and then they're like, where's the moon? And I'm like, yeah, where's the fucking moon? Okay, just because it's witchcraft doesn't mean we have to get rid of logic and sense. But then they show up and they start singing. What's that all about? Like, I get it. Just because they have a musical number in the first one and Bette Midler can sing doesn't mean you have to sing. Like, I expect one musical number.
Right.
Not 50.
Right. Well, and that's what I was like. I was like, they didn't sing to introduce themselves the last time to say we're back.
Watch out.
Yeah. I was like, this is really bizarre. I was like, I honestly was like, is this a musical? And I don't know about it. I'm like,
yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as you because I'm just like the whole time I was all like, why are they singing right now? Didn't they just like in the first one, then they get brought back and it's like, and then they pop through the doors. They're like, oh, we're alive and everything. And it's just Sarah Jessica Parker's feeling her neck. And she's like, I feel fantastic. But this one, they're like, I put a spell on you, even though that's not, I don't remember what the song was. Yeah, it was I thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't have anything to say until we get to the Walgreens portion of the program. Did you have anything to say about what happened between them? I thought it was clever that the girls were all like, no, we're 40. We can show you a place of potions to.
Yeah, I thought that was very, very smart. I was like, oh, way to go. But it was a little nod at how we are. Hold on. collective thoughts. How
Drink.
how we are so over fascinated with youth.
Right. I hear you. I hear you. So, all right. So moving on to the Walgreens section, which I'm all like, don't get me wrong, I love Walgreens, but really? Walgreens? Like stuff is so expensive at Walgreens. It's like a pack of ramen noodles is like $4. And you're like, what?
I thought when they said they were going to take them to a store to look at all the beauty stuff, I thought they were going to take them to like Ulta
Oh, I thought they
Beauties
were going to Sephora.
or Sephora. Yeah, I thought that was the type of store they were going to take them to, not Walgreens.
Yeah, I don't use any beauty products. I'm naturally youthful looking. Okay, so this was actually my favorite part of the movie. The whole part in Walgreens was my favorite part.
Yes.
Okay, so I really loved the phone filter part when they like take a picture with those girls with the phone, and then they're like, we look magnificent, and then they look in the mirror and they're like, oh, we're hideous and everything. Did you like this part?
This was my favorite part as well. Because of everything that happened in it too. I loved the filter and then the mirror, and I was like, yeah, but the girls could have been like, that's, you could explain the bad mirror away.
Right, for sure. But and then they went back to the whole grab some salt thing, and I was like, oh, that's from the first one, but it makes sense because I was like, I don't know witchcraft. I don't know anything about witchcraft, so um the most I know about witchcraft is that movie, The Craft, which I love.
Okay, but how come Winifred and Sarah and Mary didn't remember the salt?
I mean, that's a good point too, but again, you're making sense, and I feel like when you make sense with with anything, like I don't know, yeah, drink. Ooh, I'm gonna drink too. I'm gonna drink too.
But that's the problem with this movie. I got nitpicky because I love the first one so much
Mm-hmm.
that it made me very nitpicky with this second one. Because
I feel you, but I still don't think that it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
no, it was very
Okay.
disappointing.
So they end up getting out of there. Oh, okay. So they do the same trope that they did from the first movie with the brooms. I didn't like this again because I'm all like, you can do new stuff. You don't have to keep copying the first movie. I'll deal with a new one.
Okay,
Um,
but can
go
we
ahead.
talk about Mary and the Roombas? That's
That's
not how
exactly that's what
Roombas
exactly what
work.
I was about to talk about.
I have a Roomba. It does
Mhm.
not follow me around.
Right. I was gonna say I don't own one. So I'm all like, but would they be like a pet? Are they like pets?
No, I have an app and you map out, you set it running and it takes like forever and it maps out your whole floor, and then you go into the map and you like divide up the rooms, and then when you're ready for it to vacuum, you pick what rooms and it does it, and then it goes back to its little home.
Yeah, I was very confused by the Rumbas, especially I wrote this down because I was like, because Mary gets on it on the little Rumbas and she's floating and she goes cowabunga. And I was like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
Mary? Okay,
I
that's
said
not
that too. I
like
said, what did she watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?"
exactly. It's like they were trying to copy 1993, but I'm like, no one says cowabunga
Well, and can
anymore.
we talk about Sarah getting on a Swiffer?
Oh,
That's
for sure.
not a
Yeah, with the
broom.
bubbles.
Yeah, that's not a broom. It's closer to a mop than a broom.
Well, she does ride a mop in the first one.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, also I wrote down I don't like that the book has its own personality. I don't know how you felt about it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like that's not right.
Yeah, I personally didn't like it. I mean, I don't know. It made sense to the story, but I personally didn't like it. Oh, I wrote this down because I actually thought this was clever. I did I did like that Gilbert saw the witches in 1993. I like that backstory and how he brought them back to life because he saw them and he was like a big fucking weirdo or some shit at
Okay,
like.
but can we go with they couldn't have picked a scene from the first movie and shown it like he was a trick-or-treater that they walked past and bumped, or you know, something? Did they really have to
Well, yeah, that's a
make
good
a
point.
whole new scene?
I did write down because he says some boy stole my candy. And I was like, oh, it was Ice and his
And
little
Jake.
Flacky.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, it would have been good if they showed them stealing his candy like
Yeah.
they did with Max. Um, but then I also go, how is it that all the other kids in Salem were all like zombified into
Hypnotized,
going,
yeah,
yeah, but he was not, and
yep.
he went to the thing. I'm also all like, maybe you guys should explain that just a tiny bit more for us, people that remember
Well,
the
because
movie.
especially because he was at the perfect age to be having his soul sucked out. So when Sarah sang her little song of "Come, Little Children," he should have been the
Which I
first one in
missed.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He should have been in line. I think that would have made more sense. He was like, I remember you guys. And I was, and if Sarah was singing up in the clouds and he was like, I remember seeing Sarah and shit,
Yeah.
it would have just been better. And if they explained why he didn't get hypnotized or whatnot. I have one thing to ask about the mayor and his
Mhm.
daughter, which her name was what, Cassie? Was that
Cassie.
Cassie?
Yeah, it's Becca, Cassie, and Izzy. I
Yeah.
remember now.
Which I just want to say real quick also, because I wrote this down. What's up with naming every character in a movie now Izzy? Because that's my daughter's name. That's her nickname. Her name is Isabel, but we call her Izzy. And I'm like, I feel like ever since I named my daughter Izzy, everybody's just naming a character Izzy in their fucking movie. And I'm like, hey, stop it, fuckers. I did it first. Stop copying. Well, Grey's Anatomy did it first, but I'm just saying, ever since Grey's Anatomy did it, and then I did it, everybody else is doing it. I'm just saying I'm a
You're
trendsetter.
such a trendsetter.
You know it. You know, girl. We're about to blow up. Okay. So, all right, hold on. Okay. Where is their mother? Is Cassie and the mayor's mother? Where is this mother at? Because she's on the billboard, but
Yeah.
where is she in this movie? Bad parenting. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
she's on a work trip. Maybe she hates Halloween.
Right. Right on. So okay. Um, oh, can we go? Oh, here's some characters that can suck it, and here's why. Can we move over to the costume contest that the
Oh,
Sanderson sisters did?
yes.
Okay, so first off, I would just want to say I loved that there was a costume contest and it wasn't a sing along like a band battle, because that's what I thought it was going to be. It was like a battle of the bands. I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. But it was a costume contest. I was like, oh, okay, I can dig this. But okay, first off, did you think that the Sanderson sisters should have won the costume contest?
No.
No.
No, because they're old.
What does that have to do with price of tea in China, hooker? They were the originals. They had the original costumes.
I know, but they're old, and everybody thinks of the Sanderson sisters as young and beautiful because they suck the souls of children.
Yeah, I love how you keep saying sucked, and all I can think of is like, you can suck the life out of me, honey. I'll tell you that.
Don't say that. Inappropriate.
Well, really, because I wrote down the Sander, what are they called? The Sandernettes.
Sanderette.
I said that they sucked. Their costumes,
Yeah, they were
bullshit.
not good.
They were. I thought the Sanderson sisters should have won. Their costumes were the best out of all those. Even those drag queens were not fierce.
I loved the drag queens.
Oh,
but
please, come on.
The Sanderson sisters were late.
What does that have to do with anything? the drag queens, that Winifred drag queen, it was just a fat dude in a wig. Like, it was not even good. I'm like, his dress was hideous. And then the Sarah one was like tall and way too skinny and Asian. So he didn't even fit the bill. I was just it didn't even look good. I was just like, no. And then they're all like, she's like, lose the teeth. And then the one drag queen is all like, mind your business. And the one Sarah drag queen was all like, she got you, girl. And I'm like, no, she did. She said, mind your business. That's not a hot take, you fucker. Okay, what did you think about the number, the musical number after the contest, the costume contest?
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I got the whole like the mayor says it's like a flash mob, but I got like the whole thriller like wannabe vibes to it. And I don't know. I just didn't like that they were using those people to find the mayor because, you know,
Yeah,
I
I
just
didn't.
didn't like it. I don't know how else to say it. I just didn't like it. And the
Well, I
costumes
got
that people were wearing sucked ass.
Well, I felt like the whole time watching that the people like do their little movements, I was all like, this is like you ordered Thriller but through
Yeah.
Wish or
Yeah.
AliExpress. It's like you get it because they're all doing the same movements, but it's like cheap,
Yeah.
it's not good. Um yeah, I didn't like it. I wrote something down, but I can't fucking read my own writing because I was drinking when I watched this with the last half of this movie. So we'll just skip it.
And I think
Um,
Winifred gets it right when she's like, why are they so slow? Like, I was like, they're never going to find the mayor at
oh
this
yeah,
rate.
right, yeah, because yeah, and everything. Although there were some hot people in that flash mob, I was like, ooh, you're cute. Look at you. Okay, I want to talk about some of the characters real quick. What did you think about Rebecca, the lesbian,
I liked Becca.
the
I didn't
lesbian?
like Cassie. I liked Becca and Izzy. I didn't like Cassie.
See, I don't like any of these hookers. I didn't like
Oh,
any of them. These bitches were annoying as shit. Well, first off, I didn't like it because like they were mad at their friend. First off, I don't understand these people that don't communicate. If my friend had gotten a boyfriend and I didn't like the boyfriend, I'd be like, listen, bitch. Your boyfriend's a douche. Okay, the dick can't be that good. It really can't. He has
and
no
the fact
person.
that this kid didn't know he was bullying people. Every school on the planet does anti-bullying stuff up the
Oh,
wazoo.
but was he bullying? I mean, come on. Like saying, like, if somebody was like, hey man, you do witchcraft, I'd be like, yeah, what's up? Oogity boogity. Because then she started talking her Satan speech in that classroom
Yeah.
for the pop quiz. And he was like, oh, I'm scared. I'm all like, oh, get the fuck over yourself. And then she's all like, I was saying, Charlemagne and everything. And she's like, it's vegan. And he's all like, I knew it. And I'm like, oh, this is so obnoxious and annoying. Um, I didn't like it. But you liked both Cassie and you liked Izzy too? See, I found Izzy annoying.
I just was like, everybody I feel like had that friend.
Well, she called her mother by her first name. What did she call it? What was her name?
Susan.
Cheryl? What was her name?
Susan.
Oh, I fucking hate you that you know that. It's so obnoxious. Susan. And I'm all like, oh, Izzy, you're so pretentious. It's fucking annoying. I fucking hate you already. I just hate you already. Because your
Yeah.
mom, she's all like bitching because her mom went and bought cookies and she's like, she keeps sending me these fuzzy pictures of cookies. I'm like, you know what? If you were my kid, I would stop buying you cookies, you hooker, you
Was she
asshole.
mad about the cookies or the fact that she was taking blurry pictures? Because
I
my
think she
kids
was
bitch
mad because
about
her
my
mom bought
blurry
cookies and she's
pictures.
fat. What'd you say?
I said my kids bitch because I take crappy pictures. So
Well, all parents take crappy pictures that because technology is growing and we're not.
too
Anyways,
old, too old.
okay. Um, Okay, how did you feel about the other Sanderson sisters getting powers? And basically all they got was lightning. They just got lightning powers.
I think I I don't like that because Mother did not say they smelled of witch. It was just Winifred. And again, Winifred wasn't planning on sharing.
Right
So,
on. Yeah, because she's a selfish bitch.
yeah.
I liked it personally. I liked it. I love when Sarah was all like, I'm not gonna be told what to do anymore. And she's like, go get the girl. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, and she like curtsies.
Yeah, like I liked it. Because Sarah's my favorite. If anybody remembers the question, I was it me that asked, one of us asked who's your favorite Sanderson sister for our last
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus when we did that review, and mine's Sarah. I love Sarah. She's great. Um, Okay. When Becca was all like, when she was reading the warning for the Sorcerer Supreme spell,
Yeah.
and she's like, you have to pay a price. As soon as she said that, did you automatically go, oh, Winifred's sisters are the prize?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I was exactly, as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, she's gonna have to give up Sarah and Mary, and I love
Yep.
Sarah and Mary. Okay, cool, cool,
Well,
cool.
can we skipped right over
Let's
Billy and Gilbert's
Yeah, we
scavenger
skipped
hunt.
over it because it was
It was
nonchalant in this fucking movie.
no,
But you
but
go
I
ahead, girl.
I love Billy. I loved him in the first one, and I loved him in this one. He's one of the few things I liked. I love that he is like, I was never Winifred's lover. We shared one kiss, and now for eternity, this is what I'm known for.
Right on. I feel you. I feel you. But Billy should have just been like, yeah, I smashed it. Fuck that hoe. I smashed it. It wasn't that good, you know. She was a 4 at best. That pussy wasn't that dank. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would have been. I would have just been
And I
like,
feel bad. He loses his head again.
again, to an asshole that, was on the chopping block
Billy's
himself.
character stayed the truest to the original.
Oh, that's true. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, so we already talked about her friends. I personally think her friends sucked. They really annoyed me. I didn't like them at all, but whatever. So, how did you feel about the ending to this movie? Like when just the fact that um you know Winifred, she's all like, she pays the price of the spell, which are her sisters, and
Yep.
then she's all like, I want my sisters back. And she's all like, but are you willing to give up your powers? And she's like, yes, of course I am. And then she does, Becca does her little spell, and then she turns into, fairy dust and she's like, where are they? And then she's like, they're not going to come to you. You're going to go to them in hell, hooker. How did you feel about that ending?
I didn't like it
I didn't like it either.
because there's no coming back from that. It's so final.
Which we're going to talk about that in a minute when we talk about the end credits scene, just in 2
Yeah.
seconds. But I didn't like it because I just felt like it was like what's it called, like a redemption. Sorry, I'm starting to feel like crazy buzz right now because I'm almost done with all the mulled wine because I've been drinking since 3. Because I don't know about you guys, I made a cauldron of fucking mulled wine because the recipe called for quite a bit. And anyways, so what was I talking about? Shit, I lost my
You were saying that you
There's
thought
2
it
of
was
you.
redemption.
Oh yeah, it's like a redemption story, and I'm like, no, Winifred is a bad person.
Yeah,
We need to
they're
just
bad. She's been bad from the beginning.
Yeah,
You saw it in
exactly.
1693. They're
Exactly.
terrible. There's no
And
redemption.
yes,
They love the Satan.
Yes, she loves her Satan. Yes, we need to just celebrate her badness. That's what we
Yes,
love about her.
she is a witch
And she
through
eats
and
children.
through. Yes.
Yeah. And that we should celebrate that. And I'm just like, I hate this whole like, let's try to turn our bad guys into these sympathetic good guys. No,
Villains
no.
are villains for a reason.
Exactly. And
There
her
is
sisters,
they're misunderstood.
yeah.
No, they're not. They're
Exactly.
just bad.
Exactly. And her sisters may be along for the ride, I'm putting up quotes, but they still did bad things too.
Yeah, they partaked in the eating of the
Yes,
children.
exactly. They were complicit.
Yes.
Using big words while I'm drunk. But I did use it correctly. I just want, what'd you say?
I said don't trip over it.
Right. All right. Let's talk about this end credit scene. So this stupid cat, what was the name of the cat? They said it. I just don't remember it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so this black cat, it's like, what?
I said, uh-huh.
Okay. It's like hopping around through the little Gilbert shop, that little virgin. And it jumps up and it hits a box or whatnot. And the box says BF candle number 2, #2, which obviously BF stands for Black Flame candle number 2. Do you think that this means we could get a number 3 in another 29 years or
Um,
sooner?
maybe, I don't know, but I don't know how they would do it. And I go, if this was supposed to be redemption, why would they come back unless Winifred is like, this redemption shit's bullshit. I want the children to eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Or are they going to try to revamp it and make these three girls the new Sanderson sisters?
Right on. Yeah, no, that's a good point too. That's the three girls thing. Are you interested in a third movie?
No, because they fucked this one up enough.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm not interested in the third one. Listen, I was gonna watch this movie. Well, by the time this episode leaks, my movie or this episode drops, my movie night will be over. But I was gonna watch this with my kids for a movie night. I'm not even gonna show them this movie. I'm gonna be like, Hocus Pocus is they never made a sequel.
Yeah.
Bummer. You know?
You can find about it later in life and
Yeah.
be just
Oh,
heartbroken like I was.
yeah, exactly. I do that with them all the time. I'm all like, they never made a sequel, guys. And I just don't show them. Like
Yeah,
Cinderella, there was never a sequel, you know?
because they ruin it.
They do. They always ruin it because they think they can do, something special. And it's like, why don't you just leave it alone? It was fine the first time. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Do you have anything else that you want to say about this movie?
know. Very disappointed. My heart
Yeah,
was
I
broken.
hear you.
Thanks, Disney.
Thanks. Yeah, you little stupid bitches. Um, would you recommend this movie?
No,
Yeah,
watch
me
the first one.
neither. Yeah, watch the first one. Don't even this one. I don't know, man. I'm like you
It's
said.
over cheesy.
Hmm.
It's got way too much we can't even say silly. It's just got stupid shit in it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just too like the first one, I feel like it's like a kid movie, but there's like dark elements to it. And there's also like a nod to parents,
Yeah.
like we can still get into it. Like I'm trying like remember when she goes into they go into the devil's house. Oh, I wanted to
Yeah.
mention that. Ooh, can we talk about real quick? There is like a gay couple watching the movie
Yep. In the
in
movie.
this movie. So
Yeah.
I'm all like, is the movie what's going on here? What's all that about?
Yeah,
What do
that
you
made no
think?
sense to me
Yeah, it
either.
made no
I was like, did they make a movie in the movie about
the movie.
right? I'm
It
like, what
was
is
so weird. It was a
happening?
bad choice. It was a bad choice. Okay. Now, all right, now that I got that out of the way. All right, now let's move over to our questions section
Oh.
of the program. I'm gonna let you go first. What is your question? My sister.
So my question is, were there any characters from the original that you would have liked to have seen in this somehow?
Yeah, all of them. Can I say that? All of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. I know that the girl that played Max, they were gonna have back.
Max was a boy.
What's the sister's name then?
Danny.
Danny. I know that they were gonna have the Danny girl back, but they had scheduling issues because she was working on a project, which I'm all like, oh, maybe she's
What,
lying to
another
her.
sister of the traveling pants?
Maybe I don't know, but she couldn't do it. And then the girl that played the love interest of
Allison.
Max, yeah, Allison, she was pregnant, so she couldn't do it.
But how could they not work that into the movie?
Dude, listen, I think they should have brought back everybody in this movie, but they didn't. And I don't understand any of it, but what do I know?
I wanted, at a minimum, I wanted Danny somehow because she was obsessed with the Sanderson sisters. But I'm like you. I think they could have brought back Max, Danny, and Allison somehow.
Yeah, now that I think about it, Danny could have been the wife of the mayor.
Yeah.
And that would have made perfect sense.
And Allison could have been the mother of one of the other girls. She could have been Sue.
Yeah.
Izzy's mom and
Well, the
what's
other
his
girls
face could
were
have been.
were girls of color, so I don't know how that would
So
have
they
worked out.
can't have spouses.
Didn't Allison marry Max? I mean, wouldn't that be the logical?
Well,
choice.
when you're like 16, did you marry the person you dated?
No, but
Okay.
I didn't date girls back then because I was, a good boy.
Oh, you keep telling yourself that's the reason.
So Danny was your
Yeah, I mean, I liked all of them. I mean, I kind of feel like Allison would have been the good choice as well because her family supposedly in the first one, her family was like her mom was the head of the historical society
Ooh,
and
that's a
they'd
good
been
one.
there for forever.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a good point too. Stop making sense.
I'm reading it off my notes.
Oh, gotcha. Right on. That makes perfect sense now that you say that. I'm so glad that you can I'm so I've been drinking so much I can't read my notes. I'm getting to the point where I was like, I'm all like, what did I say here? Okay, let's
So
move
what's
over
your
my
question?
wait,
Yeah.
yeah, my question because yeah, I'm fading fast, fucker.
Me too.
All right. What is your favorite movie involving a black cat? Go.
Coraline.
Oh, that's a good one. I love Coraline.
Yeah, I
I love
love it.
stop motion animation. So
Yes.
that's my favorite animation. So I love that movie.
Yes, I absolutely love it, and the cat is great. There's just nothing I don't like about that movie. It's great.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Um, yeah, no, it's so good. Who did that movie? Was it Linka?
I don't
You're so funny.
know.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'll edit this out. Maybe I won't. Maybe it's funny. But yeah, Keith David did the voice of the cat. I love him. Yeah, it's Linka Studios. They're my favorite.
Oh,
I love them so
nice.
much. Okay, so my favorite movie involving a black cat is the dark or Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that Cat's Eyes movie with
Oh, okay.
Stephen King, but there's one where it's this okay, so it's called The Cat from Hell, and it's got this cat inside this like man. I don't know if you saw it or whatnot, but it's from George A. Romero. I don't he does those zombie movies.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
okay. So I'll explain this in 2 seconds. So it's got this cat that lives in this like mansion of this old man, right?
Ooh.
And he's in a wheelchair. So he hires a hitman to go into this mansion and kill this black cat, which he thinks it's like evil, which it is. It's a fucking evil cat and everything. But and long story short, the cat ends up killing this hitman, and like how he does it is he like jumps into his mouth and he like crawls into his body
Oh my
and
god, I
then
think I have seen that.
yeah, it's so good. I mean, the rest of the movie has nothing to do with this fucking black cat, but I love this story because it's like one of those, it's got like three or
Yeah.
four stories in one. But I just love it. I was gonna say Cat's Eyes, but that's not a black cat. It's just a regular old
Yeah. Well, the first movie that came to my mind was Pet Cemetery, but I went, oh, that's not a black cat. That's a gray cat.
yeah, that's the thing. But I love that storyline because the end is the old man comes into the house after the guy's been there for like 24 hours or whatever, and the body of the guy is like moving around, and then the cat comes out of his head and like
Yeah.
attacks the old man. I was like, oh, that's so good and gross.
So I don't know if I've seen the whole movie, but I know I've seen that scene
Right
where the
on, yeah.
cat goes through into his mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you have a chance to watch that movie, I suggest doing it.
Nice.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, you guys. Listen, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. If you are listening to this on Apple Podcast or Spotify or anywhere where you get your podcast stuff, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review. We would really appreciate it. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us there. And that is at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And please don't forget to drink, recap, and review and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.